As leaders think differently about their roles, new and emerging skills are being identified. Nonprofits have already been working with local governments, and we need to think differently about the changes affecting government and our communities.
We're seeing less emphasis on programs per se and specific funding for those programs without sort of any recognition of what kind of outcomes we need. And so all of a sudden now, I think municipalities are starting to realize that what they need to do is they need to focus on specific outcomes for issues that they face locally as a whole municipality, as opposed to portions of issues they may face.
ONN and the Ontario Municipal Social Services Association hosted a one-day training session that brought together municipal and nonprofit colleagues to talk about working collaboratively within the service system management framework. The focus was on identifying the leadership skills needed to innovate and create collaborative partnerships.
It means a couple of things. It means that our members are working with an entire system of programs and services, not just one-off individual compartmentalized services. That's really important when you think about how people live and how they come to access services.
Well, I think given the kind of policy and economic climate that we're existing in and have been existing in for a while, and given that there are multiple transformation, mostly integration and collaboration focused initiatives happening across sectors, we are all beginning to hit the wall around how much more can I do with how much less.
And this is where the nonprofit sector can really come into play, because for each of those outcomes, there are very specific niche systems in place that nonprofits have spent a great deal of time cultivating. So there's a great meeting of the minds to be had here between municipalities and nonprofits.
At the training session, we heard great examples about rogue leadership and the need to fail forward.
Invite in the disparate elements, if you will, to almost seed the creative thinking, to seed the diversity, to prompt the broader look at who else may share at least part of the vision or part of the service mandate that we're experiencing.
The opportunity to sit with the leaders in the field, the thinkers in the field, it allows you that opportunity to think outside of the box and really provide you with the supports, the resources. It opens your eyes to the potential.
Building partnerships, for me, an important piece for that is getting people on the same page. That's the same page about and understanding our strengths, our gaps, our needs, where we're intervening and how, and our collective impact. So if we're using the same lens to understand and talk about our work, we can also understand and talk about our impact and have a better understanding of whether the actions that we're taking are really affecting change in our community.
We're keenly aware that not only are more funding proposals, grant proposals, opportunities tied closely to collaboration and partnership, but we've already realized some of the benefit of having done that.
This brings us back to building a labor force strategy for Ontario's nonprofit sector. What we've learned is that leaders need to build new skill sets to deal with the changes in their communities and to work innovatively with local governments. Be open to non-traditional partners. Be prepared to take the risks and to discuss openly the challenges with your partners and your funders.
So we know that there are cost efficiencies that can be achieved, there are enhancements to quality of service and standards of excellence that can be upped, improved. There are opportunities to expand your knowledge base and to share knowledge base. And there are also opportunities really to build a more robust sense of collective knowledge around what is really needed.